Well, you're going to meet this wonderful woman right here because we have a lot in common. Many of you know that I have a rare blood disease. It's got a big old long name to it. Its nickname is MDS, pre-leukemia. And I'm going to undergo a bone marrow transplant in just a couple of weeks now. I'm just one of thousands of patients who need this kind of transplant. And in a perfect world, we would all be matched up with donors. I'm blessed that my sister is one. The happy ending to the story of the woman that's sitting to me right next to me right now, I can't wait. And you're going to meet the man, the young man who gave you the gift of life. But before we have that reunion, Erica, we want to show people your story.
Thank you.
For Erica Turner, life as a happily married mother of two came to a screeching halt. Her world stopped with a simple statement from her doctor.
He said, "Mrs. Turner, we believe that you have leukemia." And I looked at him and I said, "Cancer of the blood?" It felt like somebody just hit me with a low blow.
And her condition was spiraling. She was getting sicker.
It's a very aggressive leukemia.
Even with chemo and radiation, there was only one life-saving solution.
I had to have a bone marrow transplant. That was my only option to survive.
Erica was an inspiration to her medical team.
She was filled with hope, she was filled with joy, she's filled with love. And I helped carry everybody who was taking care of her through.
A very tough battle. For African Americans and other minorities, it is harder to find a bone marrow match.
The likelihood of finding an African American donor is about 60%. A little bit higher for Hispanics, it's about 70%. And for Caucasians, it's in the realm of 90%.
But after weeks of waiting, and as Erica's condition worsened, a bright light arrived and a fax. A match for Erica, and even better news.
They were a perfect match, yes.
The zeros on the bottom say their blood proteins are no different, that they are an absolutely perfect match, a 10 for 10 they call it.
It was a male, and that he was a senior in college. That's all I knew.
But when final preparations came for her transplant, Erica was about to give up.
I was burnt out, I was tired, I didn't want to go. I fussed, I fought, I cried, and my husband said, "Fine, get back in bed and we'll watch you die." I jumped up, I said, "I'm gonna die? I'm gonna show you."
The transplant worked, and soon Erica was in remission. But there is one more stop on Erica's journey.
I've never met him, I've never seen him, but I'm just so excited to look into his eyes, to look into his soul and tell him thank you. I just want him to know that he is my hero.
When people are faced with the potential that they might die and they have to rely on the kindness of a total stranger, and they say yes, and everything comes together, it's a pretty miraculous story, and it's a journey.
And this doesn't give you goosebumps. I don't know what will.
Fighting back tears.
I know that you are. You ready to meet him? You
Yes,
ready to
I
meet this
am.
young man?
I'm ready to meet the man who saved my life.
It gives us such great pleasure to bring out Christopher Magoon, the young man who saved Erica's life. There he is!
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to meet you. Finally. You look great. Bless you. We got a lot of catching up to do, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Wow, very nice to meet you.
Too. You are an angel.
Thank
Please,
you.
let's have a seat. You've been waiting to look into his eyes. You hadn't seen him before. I know that you're required to wait a year until you contact your donor.
Yes.
But you all had been doing some Facebooking back and forth?
Well, more emailing. More emailing. Yeah, a little bit of Facebook.
So what is it that you have been waiting to look into his eyes and tell him?
Christopher, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, with my whole soul and my whole being. Thank you for giving me back to my parents. Thank you for giving me back to my kids and to my husband. I love you, And there's nothing in this world that I would not do for you because you did it for me. And I love you.
Wow.
I love you.
Thank you so much. That's
yes. You're beautiful.
Christopher, you know, we've been calling you a hero, and we were really touched when you said that this woman right here is.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're the one that fought for your family. I had the easy job. You know, I was asleep for the whole thing. I got to watch TV for 2 days. That was it. You know, you're the one who was sick.
Yes.
And always believed that you were going to get better.
Yes.
And you did.
I did.
And now you can provide hope for people in similar situations, you know, across the country.
Yes.
So that's.
But as people like you who give us life, you know, donation.
It has to be even more precious, Erica, that a total stranger, you know, my sister, my mama made my sister give her her marrow. No.
Exactly.
So my whole family wanted to do it, and it was just a blessing.
Yes.
It's not that common. But that a total stranger.
Yes, and you're right. Your sister, she loves you. She's seen you grow into the beautiful woman that you are today. This young man here, he didn't know me from a can of paint, you know. he didn't know me, and he was so willing, and I just can't find the words, but he was just so willing to give his life, you know, so that I can have mine.
And Christopher, what would you say to those people who are wondering whether or not they should join the registry?
I'd say to do it again in a second. You know, even if you don't know anyone who's sick, you might later down the line. It's really not that painful a procedure. That's one of the huge myths. Trust me, it's not that bad. You know, it's like getting your wisdom teeth out. You're under, you wake up, people take really good care of you because they know you're doing a good thing.
Yes.
So get in that registry. Go to bethematch.com and get that cheek swab. It's just a simple, painless procedure to get in the registry, and that's step one. That's the most important step.
That it is. Well, we're going to let you spend more time together. Eric, I know you have your husband and your beautiful boys here. Christopher, bless your heart.
Yeah.
Thank you all so very, very much. It's just a story that, well, close to my heart.